Hey guys, welcome back to Horseradish and Honey. Again, my name's Amy. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Today's video is going to be basically daily chores that I do pretty much every day that I'm off work. So the days that I am working, my daughter Emma helps out, but this is like the bare minimum chores to maintain the homestead that I have. And so I'm going to take you along with me and show you what I do.
Emma's laughing at the ducks in a row. Molly's chasing chickens through the muddy grove. Lucy's got flour on her freckled nose. We're a long way from where that old highway goes. Horseradish and honey on a chip plate, spicy sweet, just like the life we made.
Today we're starting with watering the greenstock towers. These towers have a watering system that drains throughout the whole tower when watering from the top. So after this growing season, I'm going to be adding the stand-in wheel so I can rotate the plants in the sun, because you can definitely see that like the plants that get more sun are obviously doing much better. These towers are super great for growing herbs and strawberries and lettuces. Some people even put dwarf tomato plants and bush beans in them, and it's actually worked really well for them. So yes, what you're seeing right here is the only way that I know how to get water out of the pool in an efficient manner. I'm all ears for suggestions, but this is how I do it almost every other day, so enjoy! These small waters came out of the baby chick and turkey area. They get these waters so dirty so fast that sometimes I try to elevate them on a piece of wood or something to keep the shavings from getting inside. It's break time around here, and as I sit here and think about how far my family and I have come in a year of building our homestead, it amazes me at how long I waited for the right time. I wish I would have just started sooner, guys. There's no right time. Just like many things in life, you have to just get started any way that you can with what you have and what you know, and just do it.
Raised in the rust, built tough as nails, where the wind cut sharp and the weak boys bail. I felt the dirt, I've tasted steel, but I ain't never bowed and I never will. Got a backbone carved out of red clay bet your last dime and your name on a stone. This fighting heart don't break, it owns. I was built for this, for the blood and sweat, for the long shot odds and the no-name bet, for the nights that burn and the mornings rough, for the pain that pounds but ain't ever enough. Yeah, I'm cut from the grit, from the hammer and hiss. You can't stop what was born for the risk. I'm not just standing, I exist, 'cause I was built for this. I don't need luck when the storm rolls in. I ride that thunder like it's born within. Been down to nothing, still I rose, with nothing but truth in my callous soul. Ain't no map for the path I ride, just a six-gear faith and a flame inside. You can count me out, but you'll count wrong. I don't crack, I just get strong. I was built for this, for the back road wars, for the locked door scars and the slamming floors, for the loss that stings and the pride that climbs, for the line you draw.
These compost bins are made out of used pallets. We put these together last summer when I first moved here. I put all of our grass clippings, leaves, vegetable kitchen scraps and waste, eggshells, dead flowers, and used chicken shavings in here. A good compost should be turned with a pitchfork a couple times a week. I obviously haven't done it that often, but I do have some really good compost down at the bottom. It has worms and all kinds of good bacteria in it. And the best thing is that it was free. Time for a quick socialization break here to play with the turkeys and baby chicks. I try to play with them and handle them a couple times a day at least, just to help make them as friendly as possible. I put them in the sun when I can and when it's warm enough outside so they can get a break from being underneath the heat lamp and in the garage. Here pretty soon they'll be big enough to go out into the outdoor chicken run. This is also a really good way that my current older chickens can kind of mingle with the younger ones, but they're still safe from each other by having the kennel there. Alright, so now that you guys have seen me do pretty much all the water for everybody and then clean out the chicken coop and put the chicken coop shavings all in compost, the chicken food would normally be next, but they are like overfed chickens. So let me show you. Their food is still very full. And they really don't go through it very fast because they're free ranging and they're just outside eating all day long. So I really don't have to refill their food very often. So maybe every, I don't know, once every 5 days or something, I have to refill that unless the ducks get to it and get it all wet and ruin it or something. But yeah, the feed I don't really have to fill very often. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so that's about it as far as daily chores go on my days off from work. So the chicken coop usually maybe will change out twice a week, not every day. I'm gonna put more shavings in it after this, and probably about half the amount that Emma had in there. But yeah, so chicken shavings, feed them a couple times a week. The daily stuff is more of like the water, make sure they have clean water. And then of course make sure like the ducks haven't spilled a bunch of water on the bedding. But really it doesn't take too much, and these birds are actually pretty low maintenance comparable to other animals and stuff. Of course the dogs and the cats, they eat twice a day. I clean the litter box, that kind of stuff. But as far as the outside stuff, the longest chore for sure is watering the garden, because I don't have really a sprinkler system or a drip system in place yet. It does take me about an hour to water, so that's definitely the longest chore. But as far as like switching out the animals' water and all of their stuff, it really could be done in probably 30 minutes, and then just waiting for the pool to fill up is like the other thing. But yeah, so the rabbits pretty much take care of themselves. They're super simple, super easy. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments below. As always, thank you for following. Please like and subscribe. You guys know that it helps me out, and I will see you next Sunday.
Emma's laughing at the ducks in a row. Molly's chasing chickens through the muddy grove.